Hello friends, so we are now reading Francis Bacon's Of Revenge. We have seen why do people take revenge, isn't it? What is soft revenge, what is hard revenge. We also saw that the nature of revenge, it is wild justice. Now today we will see two more points we will see. One is the revenge taken by or the hurt by friends and hurting by enemies. That is revenge taken by friends and revenge taken by enemies. And another is that then what should be our attitude? And another point is that should we go on thinking about the wounds created by others in us? If you do like that, what will happen? These are the 2 points today. Cosmas, Duke of Florence, that is 14th century, Cosmas, Duke of Florence, because he was the ruler of Florence for about 34 years. So had a desperate saying. Desperate means the last saying. It means something, he has nothing more to say. Here the desperate saying means nothing more to say. Very often teachers do that. He says, please stop talking. That is, it's a desperate request. Further, nothing more he can say. Understand, that is desperate. Had a desperate saying against perfidious and neglecting friends. So the hurt or revenge can come from perfidious friends. Perfidious means those friends who appear to be friends but they betray. That is perfidious. Again, in history you have that is the revenge or the hurt caused to Jesus by Judas. That you can say is a perfidious one, neglecting friends. Understand? So it is a perfidy, a breach of faith, a breach of trust. Your friend is always with you, but he does something wrong to you. You have heard of this notorious weird Chandu. So he is known in literature and stories as the perfidious Chandu, because he pretended to be the friend of Aromil Chevakar. Then what happens is when he was taking rest, he stabbed him. So that is perfidy. Saying against perfidious or neglecting friends as if these wrongs were unpardonable. So Cosmas says that if a friend hurts you, he commits wrong against you, you cannot forgive that. That is desperate saying on this subject. Nothing more to say. That is the final words. And why he says he takes support from the Bible. He says, you shall read, said he. You, there is a change in the pronoun. You shall read, we are commanded. So you shall read, that is your part. You shall read, said he, that we, not that you, but we are commanded to forgive our enemies. But you never read that we are commanded to forgive your friends. See that? We are commanded to forgive your friends. There is a little bit of confusion about the use of pronouns, but things are very clear. That is, the reference commanded is from St. Matthew's Bible, chapter 5, verse 44. You are commanded to, by the Bible, in the Bible you are commanded that you forgive your enemies. But Bible never says anything about forgiving your friends. Because that is the worst thing that you can do. Understand that? As I told you yesterday, Brutus supposed to be, or the tradition is that Brutus is the stepson of Caesar. So when he stabbed, he said, et tu Brute, and you too Brutus. Understand that? That's the reason. So you cannot forgive them. In the Inferno, for example, Dante's Inferno, he describes perfidious friends at the bottommost part of hell. This is quoted by Bertrand Russell in one of his essays. He found the perfidious friends who betray you in the bottommost part of the hell. There are different levels in hell, different levels. So just as we have got different classes in trains now, you have got AC first class, second class, third class, no third class now, only AC or non-AC and so on. So in hell also, there are different classes. That the worst place, this. He found, Dandy found the perfidious friends, not the enemies. So you know what happens, very often when you say a farewell speech, when you make a farewell speech, sometimes people say, I have heard like that. You can manage your enemies, but beware of your friends. Enemies, because they are straightforward, they are frank. You know he is your enemy and you expect. But your friends, you don't expect. But at that time, they will be causing hurt to you. That is breach of faith. And breach of faith cannot be fraud, and breach of faith, even the Bible does not say that. We should forgive that. But yet, here is a very soothing remark made by Bacon. He says, but yet the spirit of Job was in a better tune. So think of, he says, he calls to memory the spirit of Job, or he calls the spirit of Job. What is the spirit of Job? Job said, when Job was loaded with burdens, or loaded with lot of problems in his life. As we have seen, it was a kind of pre-arranged situation, but even then, he did not know that. So he lost his sheep, he lost his camels, he lost his wealth, he lost his sons, he lost his daughters, everything. And at the end, what happens? He was afflicted with the leprosy. And he was scratching it with small pieces of stone or small pieces of broken pottery. He was using it and scratching. Then his friends went there to console him. And they insisted that you should curse God for giving you this misfortune. But then Job's attitude was, when God gave me fortunes, I received with one hand. Now he gives me misfortune. That also I should receive with my hands. So balanced mind. Now Bacon says that your friends, he says, shall we take good at God's hand and not be condemned to take evil also? These are the words of Job. So he says, fortunes we received with thanks. Then we should also be in a position, a balanced mind, to receive misfortunes also. Because in life, if there is a hill, there is a valley. Exactly like this. So Bacon says, Bacon would like to tell us that if friends give you help, when they cause hurt, that also you should take with a balanced mind, accept. That's what he says. He doesn't agree, or he doesn't go along with the argument given by Dante in the Inferno. But he says, don't be extreme. Friends, once upon a time, these friends, they helped you. But now, probably they might have changed their mind because of their ill nature or advantage or pleasure or honor. What happened? They might have changed their mind and they are hurting you. We see that also with a balanced mind. Equanimity. Equanimity. Equal mind. That is equanimity. Equanimity, yes. So that is. you have got that is a balanced mind. So when you get good things from your friends, you congratulate them or you be grateful to them. And when you get bad things from them, curse them. Don't do that. If you have received good things, you should also be in a position to receive bad things. That's what he says. Like Job. So that is one of the points today. That is wrongs done to you by friends and wrongs done to you by enemies. According to Cosmas, Duke of Florence, you should not forgive. There is no law to forgive wrongs done by your friends, but there is a law to forgive wrongs done by your enemies. But Bacon says, receive both like Job. That's what he says. And second point for today is, and so friends in proportion. Continuation of sentence will be, and so friends in proportion. So don't think that anybody is an absolute friend or an absolute enemy. The proportionate. Sometimes you will receive good things from them. Sometimes you will receive bad things from them. But at the same time, you should keep your cool and you should be of a balanced mind. And the next point for today is, this is certain. What is certain? From experience he says, this is certain. What? That a man that studieth revenge keeps his own wounds green. Studieth means always keeps in his mind. Who studies it? When you study something, what do? You take very serious look at it. You consider the pros and cons of it. You are thinking how to take revenge. So if you are always keeping the wrong committed by others, done by others to you, and then spend days and nights without sleep thinking about how to take revenge and so on, then what will happen? Your wounds will remain green. What is your wounds will remain green means it can never be cured. See, the flies will come, worms will come out of them, and you will pussing. See, pus will come out of that, and the whole thing will become so horrible and foul smell, etc. Just like that, if you keep your wounds or the wrongs done to you by others, you will always be in a morose mood, and you will always be melancholy. You will suffer from depression, and sometimes you will end up in suicide, or you will take such a revenge against the person who has done wrong to you, you will land in jail. As you can see, no? For simple things, so in the newspapers you will see, they were just for one jalebi, two friends, they were fighting and both of them died. Such things are happening. Understand? That's what it is. So don't keep studying. Don't keep the revenge in your mind. Don't think about it. Keep his own wounds clean, which otherwise will heal and do well. So on the other hand, time is the factor. Time will cure everything. Everything. See, look at these people who manage political affairs. There are no permanent enemies. In politics, there are no permanent enemies. Why? They forget about these things. Again, they have their own formations and they stand to gain. On the other hand, if you say, oh yes, no, I will never talk to him, I will never see him, I don't want to see him, what happens is that you are creating problems in your own mind. So it's a very good, very excellent practical advice as far as revenge and taking revenge is concerned. So be peaceful, be happy, forget what is past. All those things are irrevocable. You cannot do anything. He is like that, etc. These are the ways by which we can rationalize the whole situation and be happy and lead a very peaceful life. This is very practical, understand? So, as the title goes, moral and civil, so day-to-day affairs, interpersonal relationships, etc. So this is very useful And this happens sometimes, in the class also. See. Some students, they keep their heart will be burning when they see a teacher. Or the teacher may see, his or her heart will be burning when they see a student sitting in the class. So somebody whom he or she hates, when he comes to the class and says, he lost his mood, he cannot go in there. But forgive him. Be free with him. After all, he is a student. Or student should think that after all, he is a teacher. He is not going to, he is not our enemy, or he is not a villain, or he is not a wicked person. So you forgive and forget. In that case, what will happen? You will become a prince. You will become a glorious person. You will become a Mahatma. You will become a king. You are like God by Sri